Yesterday we did a video on our day at the beach, which was quite fun, relaxing. It was just awesome playing in the sand, getting the sun in our faces, collecting seashells, just all the stuff you do at the beach, you name it. We had such fun and it was relaxing. Great time for a vacation. So today we were deciding what should we do, since we have already done the city. We did the shopping malls, the supermarkets, the fish markets, all the city stuff. And so we decided that we're going to go out on a day in the countryside. And we pretty much started off having a very relaxing moment, just observing the landscape, identifying plants such as this castor nut that we saw on the roadside. We stopped and took some pictures of it, any fruits. And this area, this region in Portugal, is known for citrus fruits. So everywhere you go you see trees, lemon trees, orange trees, tangerine trees, and just laden. The trees are laden and the fruits are dropping on the ground. So wherever we drove by and saw fruits hanging over or trees on the roadside, we'd stop and sample some of the fruits. So we picked some lemons, which the strong citrusy aroma from just picking that fresh lemon was very rewarding. We drove on, we saw tuna from, I don't know if this is the aloe, it's a plant that's related to the aloe vera or the cactus family, and it has this fruit on it, and we picked some of those and tasted those fruits. Oh, so sweet, much better than the ones that I get in the supermarket back home. Saw pomegranate in abundance, and so we went over and tried to pick some of those. Most of those were rotten, but I mean, there's so many fruits around the whole countryside on the roadside. And then we stopped at this olive tree which was hanging over on the roadside, and I decided to try it. Oh my gosh, first big mistake of the day. Fresh orange olives from the tree taste nothing like the ones that have been processed and sold in the supermarket. Very terrible mistake. When I put that thing in my mouth, it was sour, bitter, just an awful taste, and so I couldn't eat that. But that was my first mistake of the day, and from there on it went downhill. So we decided, okay, we're just getting our typical nice countryside scene. We wanted something different, so we turned off the beaten path and went into this really small road that I thought would lead us to something that was advertised to be some monument looking like the Stonehenge. And so we kept driving and driving, and we didn't see the monument that we thought we should see, and we kept driving and driving and driving. We enjoyed the little that we did see. We found this building, or old building, what looked like it was some room perhaps for a family back in the days, and so we stopped and took a video of this. But we knew this was not what was advertised on the road. This was not the Stonehenge-ish monument that we were looking for, so we kept going to see if we'd actually find that. We drove through a river, and somehow our instinct didn't say to us, hey, turn back, this can't be correct. This is not the right way to go, guys. So we kept going downhill, uphill, in this really narrow road. The GPS was telling us that we could drive this way and then we'd go all the way around and come back out on the other side. And all of a sudden it says, no, you guys need to make a U-turn. And this is when we started to panic. We couldn't find anywhere to make the U-turn, and when we did find somewhere to make the U-turn and started up a hill, the car started running backwards. After trying by ourselves to get the car to move, we found out that that's not going to work. So we had to walk a couple miles back to the last town that we saw on our way, and that was a long walk. But we did in fact find an older man who was willing to help us, Antonio. He's a 76-year-old man, and he didn't think twice to run and get his tractor, bring us back out, and pull our car up the hill. So to God be the glory for that and for him. Earlier I said things went downhill, but that's not true. The whole day was not downhill. This is where things started to look up. This was our first tractor ride. This was our first time ruining a car mat by driving over it repeatedly until the holes perforated the mat. This was our first time hitching up a tractor to a car and actually seeing how all of that would work out, whether it's going to work or whether it would not work. And so all of these were first time for us. But by far the most important part of the day was meeting Antonio and the other residents of this area. They were more than welcoming to us. They invited us to their game of dominoes. They gave us coffee and schnapps and all of that, and made us feel right at home despite the hardship that we had just encountered. This whole experience reminded me of a Bible study that we're doing now at my home church, and it is that God is always at work around us. So sometimes we think, we're not in the right place, or, things are going wrong and it's not going the way it should be. But God is preparing us. Today, God prepared us for Antonio and the residents of his little village. And in a sort of weird way, they were prepared for us and they welcomed us, and I saw God's hand at work through them. So, to God be the glory. I'm really happy of how things turned out. And I'm really glad that I can honestly say that God gets the glory in this situation.